Hi, I'm Chris Maddock, designer of the Harmony House.
Hi, I'm Bob Douglas with another relatively new building industry term, COP. The coefficient of performance, or COP, is the measure of efficiency used by the heating industry. To understand this concept, we look at the units of energy that go into a heating system and compare that with the output. So let's create a couple of examples to show graphically how the COP measure is used. We take a standard unit of energy, say a kilowatt, and we put it into a system and see what kind of return we get on our energy investment. A good place to start is the baseboard heater. In this scenario, if we put 1 kilowatt in, we'll get back 1 kilowatt of heat energy, or in other words, giving us a COP of 1. High efficiency gas furnaces will return a COP of approximately 0.95. A high-efficiency air source heat pump, like we have in Harmony House, will return 3 kilowatts of heat energy for every kilowatt it uses, or it will give us a COP of 3. High-efficiency water source heat pumps can have a COP of up to 4.5, and a geothermal heat pump system can have a COP as high as 6. So as you can see, there are many new systems available to homeowners, both for new homes and for retrofits, that are highly energy efficient and may save you substantial amounts of money over the long term.
In 2005, I was on a mountain bike ride with my current business partner, Brian Akins, and we were riding along and I was describing a problem that I had at the house. My wife wanted a switch at the house that controlled the lights in the shed, which were about 100 feet away. He explained to me that he'd run into a new technology at a recent trade show. That technology was out of Europe. It was called N-Ocean, and the unique thing about it was a wireless technology, but it was also self-powered, meaning that it required no line voltage and no batteries to power the switches and sensors. So we immediately came back from the ride. We set that up at the house. It worked beautifully. It was really amazing how easily it went in and worked right out of the box. So at that point we decided, well, we've got to make a business out of this, and we proceeded at that point to create Echoflex Solutions. Now I was in the car business at the time, so electrons and that kind of thing were really foreign to me. So we've had to build our company based on acquiring a bunch of techno geeks and people that really understood what we were doing. So now we're a company with about 15 employees, and with the exception of 2 of us, myself and Rose the accountant, they're all engineers, and we rely on them every day to help us work our way through the technology and deliver really creative solutions to the marketplace. Why don't we head downstairs now and meet a few of them and get an idea of what we're working on these days. I may have mentioned that we're located in Squamish, which is about halfway between Vancouver and Whistler. And one of the really neat attributes of Squamish is its access to recreation. We have everything from hiking, biking, sailing, climbing, and it's those activities that really make Squamish a special place. And when you get to play and work in the same community, it's a really nice benefit. And it's really allowed us to attract a different level of employee here, one that wants to take advantage of all those things and earn their living in town. So let's meet a couple of them now that are working on some projects in the back here. Greg and Ted, Harmony House TV is here to see you.
Hello, welcome to the Tech Services Lab. I'm Ted, this is Greg. Greg's just working on building up a test jig for one of our customers. We laid out some products over here on the bench that sort of demonstrates some of the technology that we're working on and some of the products. The unique feature about InOcean technology is not only is it wireless technology, but it's also a technology that's using energy harvesting. So what it's doing is it's harvesting all that ambient energy that's around us every day. It's there, it's free. It could be temperature, it could be solar, it could be kinetic energy, or it could be vibrational energy. The trick is harvesting those different energies and consuming that power to power some device that we're using, some sensor or switch, so we can do something with that information. So for example, we're using solar energy in some of our devices. We have a light sensor here that has photovoltaic cells in it. This is one of our light sensors, and this is a radio module with an energy harvester built into it, a kinetic energy harvester. So my finger press on the paddle of this particular switch shows you that I'm creating enough energy to light those two LEDs. The same module is used in our wall switch. You can see here on the back of it, it's the same module. And this is a wall switch that I have connected to one of our controllers, controlling a light on our display. So as you can see, it's peel and stick. I can mount that with wall screws to a wall, or I can use double-sided tape. So I have some other products here that are being used in the Harmony House project as well. For example, I have another light switch here with another control product connected to the fluorescent light. I can turn it off, I can turn it on, and I can also use it as a dimmer switch as well. So I can dim up and I can dim down, all using my finger press as the energy source. There's no batteries in these switches, there's no wires. So this has a huge advantage to anybody in a retrofit application, whether it's a commercial or residential homeowner. You are eliminating that switch leg wire from the light circuit down through the wall. Why is that a huge advantage? It eliminates the cost of the wire. It eliminates the electromagnetic pulse that one gets whenever they're breaking an electrical circuit. This is a motion sensor that Echoflex develops. You can see here that we have 6 photovoltaic cells. So those cells are actually harvesting energy from the light in the room or light in the environment around us. So it's going to be sending a signal based on whether it's seeing anybody in the room, motion, and it talks to the receiver, sending a telegram telling it whether or not the room is occupied or vacant. So some of the very cool benefits of working with a wireless and self-powered technology are the energy savings that you get out of using these devices. What we're doing by adding a wireless switch or a solar-powered motion sensor is we're adding automation to lighting circuits and other electrical circuits. That means we're turning stuff off when they don't need to be on. For example, in my own house, I have a switch, a wireless switch that I set up as a timed switch in my children's bathroom. So after 15 minutes, that light is going off. Now I don't have to worry whether or not the light is being left on for hours. I can add an occupancy sensor to a small business or a small office space, so after all the workers have gone for the day and somebody forgets to turn off the light at the end, the motion sensor will indicate that there's nobody there and shut off the lights. This is all saving energy. Another great benefit is the material cost. I'm reducing wires. I'm not having to run wires down through walls and have to pay for an electrician to come in and install it. I'm reducing the maintenance because none of my devices have any batteries. I don't have to replace batteries and I don't have to dispose of them in 5 years. Another great benefit of this wireless technology is the flexibility that it provides. The sensors and the switches are all peel and stick. I can use screws and wall anchors if I want, but I can also use double-sided tape, stick it on the back, stick it to a ceiling or stick it to a wall. This allows it to be a great solution for retrofit applications. You can retrofit your home, you can retrofit your garage, your office space. You can create smart spaces, one room at a time, by adding this wireless technology. And that finally brings me to the last big benefit of this technology, in that pulling it all together is the cost savings. You're reducing the material costs, that's saving you money. You're reducing the labor of installing products, and that's saving you money. And you're reducing your energy consumption, and that's saving you energy as well. And in some cases, in commercial applications, the utility may even have incentives in place, and they'll actually pay and help pay for some of those upgrades. So I hope that helps explain a little bit about the technology and how we're using the energy and the ambient surroundings around us to power these wireless devices. It's improving our lifestyles, it's helping us save energy as they are using in Harmony House, and it's a win-win for everyone.
Make sure your next light fixture is ENERGY STAR rated. Light fixtures that have earned the ENERGY STAR label combine high performance, attractive design, and carry a 2-year warranty. Another good tip to consider would be using occupancy sensors. They reduce lighting use by turning lights on when occupants are in the room and shutting the lights off when they're not. If you're replacing a burnt-out bulb, consider energy-efficient options like ENERGY STAR compact fluorescent or LED bulbs. Install these more efficient bulbs in those hard-to-reach places, as they last much longer than incandescent bulbs, and you're less likely to have to replace the bulbs as often.
To get the rest of those lighting clips.
Still there?
Yeah, well, there was a couple that were missing from 2 of the units, but they said that they'll take them out of boxes there for me. I was here on the weekend, and the meter was running backwards, and all the heat was on, and the space heaters. And why don't I go show you the numbers?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So this is the steeper roof.
Yeah, the lower roof.
Yeah, so we're getting 3,200 watts right now, and that's a little over half of what its capacity is. And it's almost solstice, so it's almost the shortest day of the year. 3,727 watts right now.
Increase a little bit. This is the upper roof. Yeah.
And it's still 1,000 watts.
It's the smart meter. Yeah.
And so the little arrow indicates which way the power is flowing. And so the arrow going backwards to the left indicates that the power is going back into the grid at the moment. We do have people working, there's lights on, the house is warm even though the heating system's not turned on yet. And it's almost the middle of December, so pretty good for a house this latitude.